Hi, Sandeep.
Arvind looks so innocent. He's like,
What is happening here?
But it was like as if watching Talabadi movie.
Welcome, Sandeep.
hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Ctrl+Alt+Rec. And in today's podcast, we have a very special guest with us, someone who's actually been clicking incredible imagery, something that even we did not imagine possible with the likes of the Xiaomi 15 as well as the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. So joining us today in the studio, Anuj and me, is Siva. Siva, welcome to the podcast. Happy to have you here. And I think for the longest time, we've been discussing the kind of shots that you've been able to get. And we're just absolutely mesmerized. Everyone internally is very psyched about the kind of photos that you get. So do let us know what are some of the things that you experienced with the 15 series. And of course, this is also because we really value the art of photography. We just don't want to make devices and just sell it, but rather we want people to go back to that golden era where photography was an art form. So it's not just about pointing and clicking, but rather it's about devoting enough time, enough effort, and having that passion to truly come out with a beautiful looking shot and then showing it to your loved ones and saying that, see, this is something that I captured. So what's your take on this entire behind the lens initiative that we have?
Yeah, the behind the lens initiative is something, it's actually mind blowing first of all. Like people would have not expected that a smartphone can actually shoot a photo like this.
Yeah.
I mean, landscape photographies are very much common. For years we have that. Whereas portraits and macros are something special these days. And the two special occasions, people try to go with portrait. And portraits are really good. And again, that to the macro. Because here, in maximum places, it is very hard to find some unique looking spot. Even I too love street photography, whereas I find many act and other cables around. It feels like Spider-Man is very busy around. So meanwhile, what I try to do is, I thought exploring tiny subjects, which like the overall area which I'm concentrating is one will be imagining.
Correct.
That what just a 2 centimeter of stuff is looking this great in an image. So macro, the two first I should thank 13 Pro. Because previously from 2010 kind of days itself, what I used to call as macro is like when I snap a flower, some small flower like in Ooty, Kodaikanal, when we visit there, when I snap a one single flower itself, I will feel wow, a close-up shot of a flower. And even we used to tag that as a macro. But now, after all this engineering and optics, the sensor, that capability got widened, and the details which I get in return, crazy. That is why I keep on carrying this 13 Pro with me, because this is the point where everything got a switch. Previously, we had many hardwares around. Like even I have brought some Nokia phones here. Also, even Samsung tried from their end bringing a actual point-and-shoot camera as a phone. You know, Galaxy camera. We had S4 Zoom, all those phones.
Correct.
But again, versatile amount of ability from a smartphone camera. That's what I experienced with Xiaomi's 13 Pro. So I was curious about Ultra as well. Even then, this 13 Pro kept me inspired because of that floating telephoto. That was crazy. So now here.
So I think that's a very unique thing that we still have and no one else does, the floating telephoto lens. And I think obviously we worked along with Leica to make that a possibility. So how do you get something of that caliber in such a small body of sorts, right?
And the science behind it.
Correct.
So essentially we were talking to the Leica team, and the lens maker who's made this possible was telling us the physics. And that's where I realized that all my years of science and engineering was completely useless because how little I knew of what's happening there.
This is something different, right?
Correct. And it's something that hardly makes it to the spec sheet. But the amount of science that goes behind creating something like that is just insane.
Correct.
Exactly. Even we may just have some letters like Lithium 900. That's it. But what the result? The result speaks the rest, right? Because the same sensor can be used by many.
Correct.
But how the result is achieved?
Correct. It's because a combination of hardware, software, every single thing.
Exactly. Correct. Also the lens. Lens is crazy. This is where I thank two companies in my life, Leica and Zeiss. Both are doing great. And this Leica's color science, even Bharatwaj, he should be watching this video, and he is like every time, Machi, I like Leica's color science. Also, he used to quote about Fujifilm as well. So he used to say like these companies, they transform the photo, I mean the output, to another dimension. It is exactly what we see in real, but the colors, how it pops up.
Correct.
So that's what.
So I think that was the goal with this entire co-engineering effort, right?
Yeah.
Because until then, what happens is people take a photo, they zoom in and say, "Wow, it's very sharp, the best photo possible."
Yeah.
But the overall look and feel, something that's intangible, something that's only qualitative that you can see after looking at the image, is what was missing. So I think
It's like,
I
I don't know if you've come across this on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you come across an image which is AI generated, right? Even if it's hyper realistic, the sharpness of it immediately triggers saying that this is not real. Right? It does not tell a story. It becomes very fake.
Yeah.
So I think that, maintaining that rawness in a particular photograph is extremely important.
Correct.
Exactly.
I think we all started seeing people saying that, oh, the dynamic range in this, the shadows are darker, but retaining that natural feeling is what actually photography is about. It's not just about having the highest dynamic range or just bumping up shadows so that they almost look similar. Everything looks like a mid-tone, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even I felt the same while recording video with 15 Ultra on the day one. I was able to spot noise in the video, but it was like as if watching Talabadi movie. I mean, old Rajini movie, where we will see the golden horse shot will be there. There's some white shot and the close cut shot. It will be mind blowing, dramatic, and also there will be some noise. That shows how naturally a camera can process. So I was able to see the same here in 15 Ultra on the day one. But I accept it is not everyone's cup of tea. So if they prefer to have the same authentic feel of a camera, then I'm very much happy, and I happily suggest people 15 series. And that 15 Ultra with 15 Ultra front camera as well as rear camera. If you shoot video, you will find this. Immediately you will spot this. This will be completely as if mimicking a professional camera for making video. And also the rear for photography. That special mention will be always for HP9. It was put in a different way. Because I tried even Vivo's phone, also Oppo's device, and Xiaomi, and this time 15 Ultra's HP9's color, that sharpness, and everything is like a perfect blend. That is where we started loving it. Even when I get feedback from users who tried using the camera, and also they have the knowledge of using a actual camera. So they were very much excited because of the colors and the details. While zooming in a photo, you were mentioning about that sharpness. That's perfect here. Like, it is not overdone anywhere. Even if I want it to look sharp, I can edit.
Correct.
Whereas other phones, what they provide is, in most of the phones, what I spot is like, it is pre-sharpened. And if I try to actually make it soft, or if I try to make it something good, which I prefer,
it doesn't look natural.
That's it. The existing details also getting wiped off.
Correct.
So it is very painful in that way. So that is what make me stick with 15 Ultra often.
I think what you said is true. This is not for everyone, in the sense that this is for people who truly appreciate photography. Not just documenting it for WhatsApp or something, but ideally people who really see something and they're like, oh, I feel like I achieved something. That's the sort of impact this has, is what I feel. The first time when we tried the 12S Ultra also, like every shot that we took with it, we're like, did I take this? I'm not sure. It looks so beautiful. So it felt like something photographers would take, rather than like a general consumer taking it. I think that was the difference.
Although I still miss the forced 35mm black and white.
Black and white, which is now an option.
Now it's an option,
but that's what users wanted.
But I think with the 12S Ultra, I was forced to choose. If I was to shoot in 35mm, I had to do black and white. So then you looked at the same shot in a different way.
Which is true.
Right? So your focal length is fixed. And you know the colors you're going to get. So you actually were trying harder. And I still have all of those images that I've kept because they just told a very, very different story.
But that's the aspect, right? There's in fact a very beautiful video. I keep watching that video maybe once a month. This is Liberation of Limitation by Alan Shallow, who's a Leica photographer as well. He's an ambassador for Leica and he uses our phones also. he mentions, I only shoot at this focal length, at this focusing distance, and this particular black and white thing. That's all I do. Right? And he's saying by limiting himself, he's actually liberated. Because then you don't worry about everything else. It's just noise that you cut out and say, this is all I care about. And that gives you so much more room to play with, because you're not like, oh, should I capture this landscape? Should I capture this portrait? It's all just one single thing.
Yeah.
And his perspective of portraits also, that portrait does not necessarily mean you only capture like a 75 mm or 85. Portraits can be a 16 mm. Portraits can be a 200 mm. At the end, it's just portrait, which is cool. Yeah.
Exactly.
But how do you do macros? That is one thing I've always seen. Like, how do you make them pose for you almost?
And I have the second question saying, where do you live? What is happening here?
To find so many different animals and insects.
Actually, it's completely different feel, because when I was using 5800 in 2010,
You have a history with that.
Oh, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
5800.
Yeah.
So in 2010, I tried shooting a macro of a spider.
Yeah.
With the help of 5800. But no other go, we won't be able to zoom beyond certain limits, because it had many limitations back then.
Yeah.
But again, I managed shooting, and I used that as my wallpaper as well back then. So the details, but the joke here, I mean, the fact as well, I was not aware that spiders have 8 eyes.
Which you found after this.
Yeah, seriously. After shooting the jumping spiders and all those spiders with the help of 13 Pro, and now with 15 Ultra, I can point out at least 6 eyes immediately. It will be watching you. That 4 eyes will be on you. Also, once you spend some time there with the insects, and if you are not disturbing them, they find like they are comfortable with us. That was strange feel for me. Even they climb on us. They don't do anything, you know. Even the spiders, they used to climb, and they used to even pose to the camera. They used to look like this. They used to come and they used to jump on the camera.
That's because it like the 15 Ultra, that's why.
No, so I'll tell you what's happening, right? Sometimes for focusing, it has that IR light. They can see it, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
We
is
can
true,
see that IR light on their eye.
So
it will glow different.
So that's how they end up kind of looking
at that. Could be interesting.
Yeah, most of the time. And also a small space, how beautifully they live their life there. Just a small leaf. In that leaf, the way it actually looks the world. They look us, they also look the sky. And all those moves will be very, what to say, like a baby. So
very innocent.
Yeah, very innocent it will be. They hunt for their life. I even documented those as well. How swiftly it catches a bee. Crazy. But again, once it interacts with us, it will be wow. Like it will come, it will just walk in our palm. We can shoot some close shots as well.
Okay.
Only issue is we may be slightly shaking.
But
other than that, crazy. Can spot many insects. And even with the help of phones like this, and also the circle to search, now I know about many insects. Like how is their life cycle is, what they do, what is their life expectancy. These jumping spiders can live up to 3 years, it seems.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So the most elder person in this tribe, he will be looking with all those that has and all those things.
Yeah.
We can now spot the difference between a young and
you know
old.
which is older, which is younger.
Like that we can actually spot.
Okay.
While we watch.
Apart
we
from
see,
size.
Yeah, apart from size, we can actually watch all those details as well. Their aging process and all those.
Are they bald spiders also?
Crab spiders are like that.
Okay.
So thank you for phones with these kind of topics. So I'm learning something really.
Yeah, this is exactly why we got it there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is crazy. These kind of things, yes.
Yeah. And you're taking macros with even the periscope.
Yeah.
And many people are saying you can't take macros, but you are clearly proving them wrong, that you're getting incredible macro shots from that.
That too, if you want a detailed photo, at times the biggest issue with macro photography will be our own stamina. We should be good in breathing. Once you inhale, you should be able to at least hold it for 30 seconds. And you're not supposed to be shaky. If you shake, then the shot won't be that great, because the frame will be moving here and there, and also the insect will be moving. And when it comes to HP9, it looks like a sniper. I will be standing somewhere like some 3 feet away from the subject.
Yeah, so they're not bothered also.
Yeah, they are not bothered, and from there I'm supposed to shoot the subject. And here as well, if you manage to not shake, not shake, or that minimal vibration, if you eliminate, the outputs are like incredible outputs. So that is what I was just thinking. In 16 Ultra, if we have 30 centimeter or even below focal length for the periscope, and also if the f value is around 4 or 4.1, then I will be able to even shoot better photos. I mean, the whole subjects can be brought in, and also with that close, this sensor is even more capable of reproducing more details with this lens and sensor.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But what is your favorite type of photography? Actually, what is your favorite now? What are you gravitating towards? What genre of photography are you into? Because macros, I know you also do.
I did a few macros, and this is where actually that's why I moved from 13 Pro to this finally.
Finally, yeah.
After almost 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And which I think in the last 15 years, that's the longest I've used a phone.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. In all the smartphones, that's the longest I've used a smartphone.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, because earlier the feature phones didn't really need. So because I could shoot bees and bumblebees and all of that, you can't get too close. Right?
Yeah.
Wasps. So I was trying to do the macro stuff of it. So that's interesting. But I think from the 12S Ultra, started getting some interest in terms of street. Right? And what I realized was, and I remember doing that first workshop that we did.
Yeah.
I had been to Pondicherry many times before that. But when we were doing that workshop, walking around in Pondicherry and trying to capture, it was less about capturing the output, right? What output came in. But for you to observe a lot more. So in that one evening, when we were walking in that promenade and everything else, I noticed a lot more about the promenade than I'd ever done before. Because
your perspective changes.
Correct. You were thinking of, okay, this looks good, but
If
why how? What's the other aspects?
Like the patterns, the colors, multiple. Yeah, that's true.
So all of that stuff. So you just started. If you go to a new place, right? Instead of just roaming around, if you pick up photography, right, you'll just retain a lot more of that place in your head. Outside the photos, right? So it's just you become more aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. That's a valid point.
Yeah.
And for you?
For me, it is moreover like initially it was landscape.
Yeah.
Back in late 2000s.
Yeah.
I used to shoot landscape because that's what the phone was able to. And later on what happened is it took shift. Like I was able to go with the fast shots in 2011, 12, 13, those days. Because we had this mechanical shutter and all those in Nokia. Xenon flash and all those. Yeah. So I started moving towards that.
Any of those are here?
Yeah.
This one has the...
This 808.
There's a pure view. Yeah, Xenon.
Yeah, pure view.
Plus ND filter.
ND filter was there, yeah.
Inbuilt.
Hardware ND filter,
Inbuilt.
Yes. Even what admires me with the Nokia is like, they used to have 4 to 5 individual, same model. One model will be coming with variable aperture.
Yeah.
Sandeep knows very well. He was actually covering all those.
Yeah.
Because N8 alone we had 5 different N8s as protos.
Yeah.
One will have kickstand by native.
Correct.
One will have variable aperture. One will have ND filter. So it was crazy. They were trying a lot for just one product.
Yeah.
Now what I question is, I question consumers. Why are you not giving some time? Why are you urging for new thing to emerge in very short period of time?
Sure. Yeah.
We need some time to cook something really good and groundbreaking. But they are into a mindset like every 3 months or 6 months there should be some
change
or something. Yes, some change that too.
Yeah.
It is not possible actually.
Actually, there's also a lot to exploit and explore within what we have.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, like I would say you perhaps more than even Anuj and I are using the camera to its fullest potential. But many people are not exploring that. They're just pointing and shooting. But there's so much more you can gain by trying the various modes, various lenses, various different, aesthetic modes that we have. So there's so much more you can extract.
Exactly.
So I think that is very crucial because it's more or less like people want everything, but even though they're not using it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't end up using it.
Yeah, this one, yes.
But that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Because in every field, you will have some people who are more interested than anyone else. Right? It's like, for example, if I look at gaming, there'll always be some people who are essentially building their own PCs and getting into every aspect of it, matching the clock speed of the RAM
Right.
and the system bus, and trying to get the maximum out of their video cards, obviously, graphics cards and all that.
Yeah.
But it's hard, right? So if you are really interested, then you kind of go into the top 2% or so. For the rest of the people, going all the way from PCs to consoles to just playing it on your phone or a tablet is good enough. So like that, for cameras also.
So you're saying they are the purists who will do it on a desktop which is assembled.
So there are always these purists, these early adopters who want to kind of push it that much further. And then there's a large majority who are happy to kind of just see what's coming in. And that's fine. I think the danger happens is when you start leading with solutions for the majority rather than the purists. Then your innovation takes a hit. Right.
Which is why this is mainly for the purists.
So you have to, for any product, you have to first get the purists who are able to get the maximum out of it, who are giving you, enough use cases to push the technology forward. And then it filters down, because a large majority of the people, like for example, again, if we were today sitting in 1899 and you asked a lot of people, what do you want as your mode of transport? They'll probably just add more horses to the carriage, right? A car wouldn't have come in. A plane wouldn't have come in. Right? And even when aircrafts came in, it was for the enthusiasts, in some cases, who were willing to kind of put their life on the line to push that technology forward. So the progress will always come from that top 1-2%. And that's fine.
Which is interesting.
Even when it comes to photography, as I said, it was like street, then fast shots like that. And then landing in macro, the main reason here is, again, most areas are crowded these days. And if I just lift the camera, some even feel shy and some even feel like abuse, like as if I am shooting them. Whereas when it comes to macro, I forget everything. I'm in a different world now.
Right.
And whenever I shoot something, it is not going to disturb anyone. Because it is not in their way actually. We are coexistent in the same world, but it is something different from that of what they see.
And the spiders don't have lawyers.
Even for that, few of our own enthusiasts around, they are commenting like, bro, give them privacy. So I used to see those as well. So I carry this with me everywhere, so that I end up with many macros and normal photographies, and also the even capturing aeroplanes during the golden hour. I will be waiting when the flight will be making its way near the sun.
Okay.
So those shots also.
How many photos have you taken so far?
Around 10,000 to 12,000 photos.
That's a lot. 10,000.
Many are there.
It's been about 3 months now.
That's a lot.
That too, first 2 to 3 days I was crazy running behind this device. Like I was carrying it around wherever I go, even at a tea shop. The bubbles, some colors. So I was like randomly snapping. I was looking. Some we not even have like a particular perspective will get unlocked at certain moment. I would have not even thought that this particular angle of shot can be made this good. All of a sudden, in an accident, I will explore that. Then again, I will try. Okay, come, let's go. So that's how it went. So device is complete beast. Everyone will accept that when it comes to build quality. Even few of my friends dropped this device in a concrete. Nothing happened. He shared me the dent photo alone.
Your phone or no? His phone.
His phone.
Thank God.
I never dropped. I never dropped, and this became a habit for me. Like have been carrying phone with me for years and got used to it. Even without a case, I can manage it without any issue. But what happens is like the build quality is crazy, really good, and also the hardware inside. 808 is there, 16 GB of RAM, 512 GB of storage, and also camera hardware. It is really good. And one thing which I will request is, let's change the front camera a bit so that we can even achieve better results, more than what we are currently providing. And I can find the improvement when it comes from 13 Pro.
Right,
13 Ultra
yeah,
is providing good results.
Mm-hmm.
And I want it to be even more beyond that. And another thing is this Hyper OS. In China, it is really good. That
No,
interconnectivity, everything is really crazy. Really crazy. Whenever I find many enthusiasts are there, even Xiaomi community guys, when I meet them, Krishna, I have spoke about him to you, right?
Yeah.
He's a doctor. But that guy, even if you guys make a kerchief, he will buy.
We actually
has
do,
a
right? In
pad.
China, we probably do.
Probably
make it.
He
do.
buys everything from China.
Yeah.
Then what he does is he will demo it to me. He will demonstrate how the interconnectivity works. He has a watch, he has a tab, he has a phone. So immediately he has a bud as well. Everything from China. It will be paired, and that ecosystem, how fluid it is, he used to show, and I will be, hey, I'll be like that because he will be like, just drag the TWS from pad to phone. Immediately he can experience it here. From phone to watch, that interconnectivity is like seamless.
Yeah.
That was wow. Just he is dragging between the devices.
Yeah.
So those things are crazy. So I'm just looking forward to have all those here as well. I know there are many ground difficulties. There will be many limitations. I accept that. And again, I just want all those in future. And another thing is like, if that is not possible, at least we should remove all those modules from current Pro.
No, I think that is the end objective, to sort of have better interconnectivity, interoperability, and in fact continuously improve all aspects of the smartphone, whether it's camera, whether it's battery or any other thing. That's a constant exercise that we will do.
Yeah.
And we have been doing also, like you said, from 13 Pro, that was a feedback, and it's improved on 14 Ultra, and again further on 15 Ultra. So that's a constant exercise, because like Anuj said, there's always that set of users who want more, like you yourself, and then that keeps pushing us also to hopefully deliver on that same promise, and I think that'll continue. Yeah. So
Then I just want to know more about Leica, like what they have down the track, because I'm waiting for 16 Ultra as well.
I think we ourselves haven't thought that far.
Yeah.
But
I think
Leica, yeah.
so. This partnership was quite interesting, right? So I don't think this was the first ever smartphone and a camera maker partnership that happened, but I think the intent of this partnership was very different. And that's why right from the beginning, from the 12S Ultra, it was always co-engineered.
Yeah.
Right, because essentially it became an engineering partnership more than anything else. And I think looking at that aspect, 2 years later, others also started saying our partnership is also co-engineered.
Yes.
Like, how are you changing your terms of partnership
Midway.
Yeah. But that was funny. But I think both of us, in terms of Xiaomi and Leica, had understood that we had to learn from each other.
Yeah.
Because if you keep going down the smartphone photography part of it, then you are making cameras that are good for probably Instagram, but may not be great cameras, right? And like all fads, like probably things that happen on social media, beyond a certain point, people kind of forget and move on to the next big fad.
Yeah.
But if you look at classic photography, that's stayed. Right?
Stuck,
Even today, if you look at a photograph from 1935 or 1940, you will still,
Correct.
appreciate that art of it.
Exactly.
So I think when you're making a camera and you calling it a camera, right? You're not calling it a smartphone light capture device or something like that. When you're calling it a camera, it has to basically have that embodiment for it to be relevant 5 years, 10 years later. Right? So I think that aspect came in. For Leica, I think right from the beginning, and when we were in the Leica museum as well, we realized that they keep pushing towards being in as many places as possible through miniaturization.
Yeah.
Right. So earlier, all those cameras used to be those stands,
Yes.
and you had to stand in a particular place with that big.
It will be like a popcorn making machine.
Yeah, almost like
It will
that.
be,
Yeah.
And then Leica changed the game because they made it compact that you could actually go out and shoot.
Correct.
And that essentially got them a lot of shots which couldn't have been done with the traditional setup, right? So they changed the game from the camera perspective. So they are also looking at how miniaturization and what's possible today gets the camera into newer places, more places, and hence newer storytelling.
Exactly.
Right? And that's where both the teams continue to push. So obviously Xiaomi wants better quality, better storytelling. Leica wants this tech coming in with as much miniaturization as possible. And together, for example, one case that you guys were talking earlier, right? The telephoto lens.
Yes.
Saying, okay, this is really important to do, right? This is what will improve the overall, capture, I guess, flexibility of sorts. Now, let's get the engineering teams to figure out how to do it. And it's essentially creation of a new lens which did not exist. And again, will it help you sell? Because if I go into Amazon or go to Flipkart and say it has a floating telephoto, nobody will care.
Nobody understands this.
Yeah.
But is it important for the future of photography? Probably yes.
Yeah.
So
Only
I think
those who know.
correct. So
They
for
will
the top 2%, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where the teams are focusing on. And maybe the technology that you started seeing with, the 12S Ultra, 13, 14,
Yeah.
maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, that could have reshaped where the entire photography as a hobby also is. So I think it's a very noble cause, because all you need to do is get the right facts and get the right information out to the top 1-2%. If they care, slowly people will kind of catch on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, this thing, the watermark with all those beautiful frames.
Yeah.
Those are wow. I mean, first I saw that in Xiaomi device, and later it is available in
Every device.
So that I think came July 22.
Yeah, 12S Ultra, correct.
12S Ultra was the first device to have this particular watermark.
Yeah, that frame watermark. It was
It was
really
beautiful.
Yeah.
Because until then it went on the photo, sort of ruined the photo, distraction and all that. Now it is like a photo frame in an art gallery.
I would be surprised if that also came in from the Leica side only.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like, don't spoil the photo.
Don't spoil the photo, yeah.
But I think what was really surprising for me is I think within like 3 months or 4 months, everyone else started copying it.
Everyone had it, yeah.
Everyone's
I remember.
copied it now.
That's why I just pinpointed that.
Yeah.
Because I was also admiring that.
Yeah.
And where it all started. I should always see the same happens when it comes to all these retro devices as well. I keep on repeating at times, and even I get comments stating, "Oh, boomer, be slow," like that. But again, it is for sure needed. Like someone who watches this video, he may be completely new to this particular.
The context is lacking.
Yeah. This context or the tech and all those things, it will be new. But he will be experiencing, like for the past 2 years, he might be using some phone and he will be admiring all those watermarks and that frames and everything. But he don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
But it came from the minds of Leica and Xiaomi.
Yeah.
So these things we are supposed to always remind. The same happens with the camera grip as well.
No.
Now this is getting very common, right? Across devices. In China, I find that any device gets camera grip. Any device. So they are making this as an attachment, like an extra accessory.
Correct. Yeah.
The common sellers are making this. Some random brands are making for every device.
Yeah.
So next will be like, can I expect any external accessory as well?
We already have, no? Like filter attachment.
Yeah, that is there. But anything more than this?
You'll have to wait.
I mean, I think, and this is probably, my learning, having tried doing multiple aspects of it. If you add too much, then it takes away the mobility part of the camera.
Which is also true.
Right? Which kind of defeats the purpose to start with. For example, if you could add a lens to it, so the technology that goes into this device is not cheap.
Yes.
And if you have to match up and put a lens on top of it, ideally the lens also will not be cheap.
Exactly.
At that point, you're like, might as well buy a DSLR, right?
Same
and
happens.
stay at
Same
that.
strikes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of the reasons that a lot of people will not carry a DSLR is because it takes away the mobility of it.
Yeah.
So you want to still retain it. Adding too much takes away from the core message. But the challenge obviously is then can you take that aspect, miniaturize it, and fit it within this?
Yeah.
Right. So that's where the technology challenges.
Yeah, that will be crazy. Even real-time examples are there. Like while carrying a camera to any park or any place, any public place, what happens is if it is governed by some person, surveillance like that, they will not allow us to carry a camera. But the fun fact is like even if I'm just going to get some basic entry level camera, but these days the phones are even capable of shooting better photos and all those, but no restriction for this.
Yeah.
So in many places I find
But
phones
maybe if you go with a camera grip, they'll start asking you.
Yeah.
Camera grip we can actually, it is pocketable.
Yeah.
And it is very easy as well.
Yeah.
I find this very useful.
Correct.
While shooting macros.
For
Because,
macros and all that.
More stable.
Like this, and I hold like this. That's it. Inhale will be like yoga. Okay, that's it. So keep focusing on it. So one of the best accessory, to be frank.
Yeah.
One is the best. And another thing is like this particular module. Those who use it.
Yeah.
A person named Muthu Krishnan. He is also very passionate towards photography, and also he will be easily getting bullied in Twitter. What he does is he has more knowledge related to actual camera. So what he finds is whenever we have a chat, he used to say, "Bro, I'm very happy." Why, bro? Because I have a Sony camera, I have a Canon camera, Nikon camera, all these things I have used, and the output is like nearly like a camera. So what happens across kids is like they are expecting the same point which we initially discussed, like the HDR should be over, like the shadow area should be bright.
Yeah.
This is what they are expecting. But the person who actually operated a camera, he is expecting the similar result.
Correct.
So that's what he is getting from this. And for this particular comments which he makes in Twitter, he is getting easily bullied by BBK guys. And another thing is, he is the one like he uses this particular set, like with this I can shoot some landscape videos and all those things. Like if I place somewhere 3.5 feet high, some concretes or anything, then I can stand and I can make a video. And the same comes when it is a reel or something. Again, we can place it like this as well. With the help of this camera grip, you can place it like this. And again, you can make some 16:9, 9:16 contents, videos.
Yeah.
So it comes handy those ways. Maybe in future we can have a particular point here
for
to
the
mount.
tripod.
Tripod mount. That's it. Then it will be all-round show.
Sure. Feedback noted. But awesome. Thank you so much, Shiva. I think there was a lot of stuff that we learned, as well as hopefully our viewers also learned. But looking forward to seeing you again share more of your insights, more of your findings with our Xiaomi devices. But I think people are loving the behind the lens content that you have shot, and let's see how things go going forward as well.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time. Yes.
Thank you for having me here, and also I'm very much curious to know like what is going to happen next. But anywho, we can't comment, or even myself, I can't comment about all those. But again, mind is very curious to know what's next.
Awesome. Thank you.
Always believe something wonderful is about to happen.
Yeah.
That's
a
a
good
good
tagline, really good.
Yes.
And on that too started happening after 12S Ultra. Yeah, I believe that.
And on that, we end. Thank you so much. Let us know any questions, any comments, any insights that you guys also want to share for us or for Shiva. And we'll make sure to pass that on as well. Thank you so much. See you again in the next one.